It's the generation me. Retiring because rehabbing is too hard is the most millennial thing ever. Hashtag Andrew Luck.
Former college basketball player and current FS1 analyst Doug Gottlieb is a pest.
I'm just here to bring diversity to this set here, give the kind of white man's perspective.
He's awkward.
If we're okay with Simone Biles saying, hey, couldn't go tonight, mental health, we can be okay if LeBron says the same thing? She's the greatest gymnast going. He's the greatest basketball player going. Why do we have sympathy for Simone Biles, but we wouldn't have sympathy or empathy for LeBron James? It's called a double standard.
He's wrong a lot.
And you get people saying like, man, this Simone Biles and Naomi Osaka, they take so much abuse on social media. No, they don't. No, they don't.
No, he's not a typical millennial. He does not have a perfectly coiffed beard. Nor does he go tight on the sides. He doesn't roll up his pants. But there are characteristics of millennials that people are latching onto, and me making fun of those characteristics of millennials, which are real legit things, is I think what brought a lot of this backlash.
He's beef with coworkers like Troy Aikman, who called him out on Andrew Luck is a millennial. Millennials are soft and take the easy way out, so boo him. When Aikman saw it very, very, very differently, he went after Doug. Who could forget this? When Eric Garner was killed by the New York Police Department, NBA players donned I Can't Breathe shirts, including Derrick Rose, LeBron James, and the late Kobe Bryant. Gottlieb, in a deleted tweet, wrote, Kobe lives in Newport Coast, takes a chopper to games, made 60 mil last 2 years. The struggles is real. Hashtag I Can't Breathe. This is essentially the line troll media dude Jason Whitlock spouted when the N-word was painted on LeBron James's house.
Racism is an issue in America, but it is primarily an issue for the poor.
Gottlieb even compared Raiders head coach John Gruden to 45. Much like President Trump, Gruden's every move is being over-scrutinized, he said in 2019. On top of this, Gottlieb questioned Adrian Beltre's career because he believes Dominican-born baseball players dominate the business of performance-enhancing drugs. You can get steroids pretty easy here too. Long as Beltre is tested the same as Americans, your only point is xenophobia, wrote ESPN's Bomani Jones. Now, Gottlieb has brought up the story that continues following him. The long and short, in September of 1996, Gottlieb stole credit cards from 3 students who lived on the same dormitory floor. He purchased about $950 in merchandise from a sporting goods and jewelry store and bought dinner and gas with the cards. He was charged with felony theft and faced a potential 3-year prison term. In addition, he stole college textbooks to profit off the campus bookstore's buyback policy, plagiarized work in college, and said, I had cheated on tests and been caught a few times. Besides, I rationalized that I was stealing from kids who had rich parents, like that makes it better. I never stole from my roommates, partly because I knew his family didn't have a lot of money. I also never stole from my teammates. Unfortunately, Doug made a serious mistake in judgment, and he realized it, Papa Gottlieb said. He has sent checks for restitution and called each of the kids involved to apologize. Nonetheless, years later, he spoke with awful announcing on it. I don't think it's hurt me, Gottlieb told Brandon Contes. Again, if you want to use it against me, I'm sure it can be used against me. While it's undoubtedly easy fodder for social media criticism, it has not damaged Gottlieb's credibility or career. He claims it never arose during his hiring process at CBS, Fox, or even ESPN, where he started in 2003, 7 years after the incident took place. Given the time gap, he felt disclosure was not necessary. When I got hired at CBS, literally the night before I signed the contract that was to be announced, I called David Burson and I called Sean McManus. And I said, hey, are you aware of my background of what happened at Notre Dame? And both of them said no. And I said, I want you to know I was a freshman in college, and at the end of the season, I got caught using 3 stolen credit cards. I had left the school. I haven't had an issue with the law since, outside the occasional speeding ticket. I just wanted you to know because I'm guessing tomorrow, when this goes out, at least somebody in a newspaper will put that somewhere. And I know you get the clips. It's going to come to your desk. And I would feel terrible if you didn't know this existed. The Doug Gottlieb Show host has said that both Burson and McManus could not believe that he relayed this to him. And according to Gottlieb, they said it was amazing that he would do such a thing. The CBS Sports execs indicated they had already done a background check on him and were good with the findings. Gottlieb would say, so I don't think it hurt me getting a job, but I also don't think executives love having a guy who's committed a crime, albeit 30 years, and expunged from his record if they don't know it's coming. Before we get into it, if there are any stories we missed, if there are any that you would like to submit, get at me and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. DMs are open. Become a channel member here because all of our content is free. It's the least you could do. And please go to tyt.com/join to support the network as a whole. Being in this industry for a while, I've heard some stories, none that I'm willing to repeat, but some had to do with how Mr. Gottlieb would carry himself in the workplace. What I see is a similarity to how he carried himself years back, where he was a hotshot, where he thought he could do no wrong. He has had awful rants. He has appeared to come out and at least shown political leanings towards the MAGA movement. He related John Gruden to Donald Trump, which I thought was atrocious. And mainly in spinning it in a positive light, which is what I found atrocious and just dirty. He is reportedly a finalist to become the next head coach, or at least a name that they're considering to become head coach at his ex-alma mater, Oklahoma State, where he holds the assist record. I believe that has not been broken to this day. Here's my question for those pulling the strings in Stillwater. Do you want a coach who admitted to cheating on tests? Do you want a coach, since y'all are the ones who are a student athlete, do you want somebody who has called the younger generation lazy and quitters and taking the easy way out? And this is where a lot of people like Torrey Smith and others on Twitter will say, Doug, you took the easy way out, man. You thought working was too hard, just like you said Andrew Luck working it too hard and millennials don't want to work hard. You didn't work hard enough to make extra bread and you stole credit cards. And he's reminded of that. And he's paying the price for it. My question is, do you want that man as head coach? Look, he could be a brilliant coach. And as we have seen throughout time in sports, winning cures all ills and will turn some of the worst people, and I'm not saying Doug is, but some of the worst people into being viewed as one of the best because of their wins-loss record. I don't know, man. I think I would have my doubts. What say you?